All right, so in this video, I've actually got two new hidden features to go ahead and show you guys. Well, I say new, I have covered them before also on Discord, but I wanted to go ahead and put them in one of these newer videos as well. I am going to hide them behind something, though. We're actually going to take one more look at the Elemental Dragon really quick because I made a mod to it. And I figured this was a good way to keep you stuck around. So, haha, I'm manipulating you. No. With that said, though, I'm really happy with this set. And it's definitely something I would recommend, not at full price, but yeah, at half price or whatever you can get it for. It's a really good build. The modifications that I've done most mainly have to concern the ankle articulation. Because on the original version, the ankles couldn't really go backward and forward at all. They could just kind of go side to side and twist a little bit. This can twist much further. It can also go front to back and still, of course, go side to side as well. It actually goes so far forward that I had to actually put a stopper in here because otherwise it would pull this piston out of the back leg, which says something for sure. I'm really happy with how it ended up turning out, though, and it's actually built in such a way that locks it onto the body as well. So these actual side builds here, which are on the original build as well, just in different locations, will actually hold this on as well. If I actually take a look on the inside as well, this black piece right here, it's a sloped piece with studs on top, and that actually locks it onto the body in that direction. So you get it locked on so that by moving the piston, by actually using it, it's not going to break apart. Nothing will come apart. Lego could have definitely done this, could have seen this for sure. I will definitely say that for what it's worth, this piston piece from Lego is not my favorite by any means. It just doesn't have great friction. It doesn't grip things as well as I think it should. It grips the end of bars really well, and then when you push the bar through all the way, it kind of just lets it slide the rest of the way. It's really weird, and I don't exactly even know how Lego was able to do that, other than maybe having some little like pieces that lean it. For what it's worth, I don't understand the physics of this piece, but it is annoying because it should have had friction along the entire length. If you're gonna make a piston, make it consistent. You know, I complain about this a lot. Anyway, with that said, though, it is still more than stable enough to hold itself up on that one foot, the toes on the other if you want, or just kind of do what you want. The other change that I went ahead and made was a very simple one, just adding Hordika necks instead of just a regular ball joint to the end of the wings here, which that little change allows you to actually fold the wings all the way back. The only thing I can think of as a reason for why Lego didn't do this is because of the whole fact that this is designed to essentially have two different saddles on it. It has this one here that has a more like bigger build, a more dedicated build for the little flyer that can go on the back. And I could see this getting in the way of that, but you can move these pieces around, shift these pieces around for sure. So Lego could have done that as well, in my opinion. I actually have a little bit of a conspiracy that Lego might have kind of nerfed this dragon on purpose a little bit. I say nerfed as if like, you know, it's bad. It's not. It's a very, very good build, in my opinion. Probably the best Ninjago dragon that I have seen. I love that it is a four-legged and two-winged dragon. The fire dragon also looks excellent, but the wings and the arms are kind of the same on that one, which just means wherever the wings go, the arms have to go too. This allows you to pose both separately. Would love, of course, knee joints, elbow joints. I already explained all that in the last video, so let's go ahead and move on to the hidden features, of which there are two, kind of three. So definitely spacing this one out, right? The first one involves this piece here. This is the hockey skate piece, and I'm actually having a Glatorian neck connected underneath there right now. But this piece is lovely. It is one of the Technic brick pieces, at least that's what I call them, because a lot of places will call them that as well, Studio, etc. But this one specifically is from the NHL hockey Technic line from like way back in the early 2000s, and it's a really lovely piece in general. The main issue with it, though, is that this one lacks connection points where the other ones have them, and so because of that, it means that you're kind of limited on what you can do with it. But if you actually want to use this as like an arm or something like that, go grab yourself one of these Exoforce clip pieces. Not the version from 2006 that has the sharper corners, but the ones with the squared off corners like this one. Those are actually one module wide, and so thus they can actually fit into this gap here. Well, you'll see there's also a slit in this piece, and so if I actually come at that from the beneath with that Exoforce clip, it just clips in. It just clips in just like that. And it actually leaves the clip exposed as well. So you could like connect a horn or whatever to it, or connect whatever you want to it, really, a bar, whatever the case, right? But that actually allows you to use this as a full-on limb of some kind. You can do this with like Hordika necks and things like that as well to give you some bend. But yeah, it's really nice. And I really wish that Lego would have utilized something like this a bit more. Clearly, it's not intentional the way that it was designed, but I will take it. Just note that those Exoforce arms, hand pieces, are a bit fragile, so they can break, unfortunately. But that's just a fault with the design of that piece. At some point, I plan on getting my hands on some newer versions, and maybe some of those will work out better, but we'll see. The other thing I want to go ahead and show you involves this piece right here. The newer version or the older version should work for this. Also, the version with the bar connection on the end should work as well. And there are a couple other pieces that can do this, but on the back side of the Toa Mata head, you have this gap directly above the axle there, and this is squared off, as you can see, and that will actually fit into that gap. You could use this to clip this onto things, which is always pretty cool, or for other connection purposes as well. And that's neat. I really like that. The head that I'm using here is from one of the 2005 playsets. It's in like a flat gold, but it's kind of its own weird proprietary color, so you can ignore that. But one more little added bonus with the older version of this piece, you'll see that there's a tiny little hole in there, and that is just small enough for accessory bars to fit inside of. So I can actually push this down inside of there and it'll hold. I utilize this on one of the smallest Rahi that I've ever made, which is just 3 pieces, and it's a little lightning bug. Essentially, it's just a black version of these, a Baraki eye in trans yellow, and then one of the like Lego Friends bow tie pieces for wings. It works out really well. Don't have it built right now, and I no longer have the yellow Baraki eyes, sadly, but that's pretty much it. So I really like all of this stuff. And these are, like I said, things that I have covered in the past as well. So definitely not new stuff for this video specifically, but I wanted to go ahead and give you a little bit of an updated look on them. The arm build that I showed you with this, or at least this connection rather, is something that I utilize on my Titan Tahu, which I do plan on doing a better video of in the future when I've got more space, more, stuff going on. Hopefully this weekend, this room will be getting cleaned up a little bit, though the shelf should stay over there. It might get reorganized. We'll see. And yeah, that should at least open up a little more space in here. That said, though, that's going to be it for this video. So if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, because it does, of course, really help out the channel. Let me know your thoughts. First of all, which Ninjago dragon is your personal favorite? I am really curious. I have an affinity for dragons in general. I think that they're absolutely wonderful, and Ninjago's really been hammering out some pretty good ones these past couple of years. And of course, you can also check out Discord, Instagram, and Patreon in the description if you want to support the channel and get some perks. And thank you to everybody who has so far. I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Oh, but I guess let me know if you want to see your name at the end of videos, I guess, for Patreon. Take care.